guys, it's Gemma here from Fundamental Sports and Fitness, and we're just going to go over some exercises if you've got lower back pain, and exercises that we can do to help you. So again, it's just thinking about if you've got any lower back pain, usually you're going to get your tightness down here, particularly your lower back, but also think about what else you might have been doing at the time that the pain arose. And what other muscles might be a little bit tight. Now, I tend to find that your glutes can become particularly tight, and they're just locking in and trying to protect your lower back. That's because as your glutes, when you're thinking here, they're just coming in and attaching just above your pelvis, so right at the top here, and that's going to create like a pulling effect down, which again is going to create this tightness here. So what I'm going to show you is 3 exercises that you can do to help manage that pain and create your back to be a little bit stronger. If you're thinking about if you're then getting a stronger back, it's going to make your running much easier. Your day-to-day life is going to be much better. But you'll be able to look at your posture a lot more. And again, your general strength and conditioning when you're performing your exercises anyway. So the first one we're going to do, we're just going to do a nice steady, it's quite a good beginner exercise of just some steady leg raises. Now for that one, all I want you doing is your back needs to be nice and flat on the floor. The key bit being, we want to make sure that your pelvis is just tilted back and not raised up. Okay, so we're tilting your pelvis back, that's going to create that nice flat back on the floor. And again, just try and push your abs down whilst continuing to breathe. So if you just practice that to start off with, okay, and that'll show you've got the control in your lower back. Okay. Then all I want you to do is raise one leg at a time at 90 degrees, bring it up, and then one leg down and the other leg down. Okay, so it's nice and steady. And I say this is that beginner point. So one leg up, other leg up, down and down. And throughout the whole movement, you want to make sure your back stays completely flat on the floor. Okay, into those positions. Now you can progress that. Okay, so you can take both legs up together. Okay, you've got that control. And then raise down one at a time, or lower down one at a time. So you raise both together and then lower down one at a time. Okay, and that's quite a nice way just to progress that control element, and you can really then focus on keeping your lower back flat on the floor whilst continuing that breathing movements. Another one I really like is doing a hip bridge, because again it shows that you can keep your hips nice and level as you're squeezing your glutes to raise up and down. Now we're going to make it a little bit harder just by adding a ball into the exercise as well. So you're going to put the ball between your knees and a gentle squeeze on it just to make sure it doesn't fall out. And again, you've got your start position. So back flat on that floor, that little pelvis tilt just to make sure that it's flat. Keep the ball squeezed, okay, and then squeeze your glutes as you raise up. Okay, then you want your knees, hips and back in a straight line, and then slowly uncurl your back, okay, and lower down. So it's that squeeze up and lower down. All the time, just make sure your bum is nicely squeezed throughout this exercise, okay? And that's just going to help control your hips and make sure they're nice and level. And you see, I've got my hands on my hips as well, just to make sure I can feel if there's any tilting going on through the movement. Another good exercise, okay, and again, this is probably one of when we're getting into a slightly harder version of it. We're going to do some clams, but we're going to do it laying down on your back and add in a resistance band. So we've kind of gone through what a beginner exercise would be, introducing sort of a more intermediate exercise and now taking it to sort of that more advanced stage. So for this one, what I would look at, again, you're laying down on your back, and a resistance band is around your knees just here. Now to start off with, I'll say the beginner version of this one, even though it is slightly more advanced, is you're keeping your feet on the floor, back down on the floor again, still bracing and squeezing your abs, making sure that you're breathing as you're going through it. Then slowly take one knee out, bring it back to the middle. Other knee out and back to the middle. Again, make sure your hips aren't tilting side to side as you do it. So up and down. Okay. To make this a little bit harder, just take your feet off the floor. They only need to be a couple of inches off. Okay, again, back tilted and press down onto the floor, and then knee out and back in. Knee out and back in. And this is a great one to work your glutes and your adductors. Okay, helping to keep your back nice and stable as you're on the floor. So those are sort of my 3 exercises that I'll be doing to help strengthen your lower back. And again, we've got some beginner, intermediate and advanced exercises as you're working through all of those. But yeah, I'd look at where that pain possibly is starting from, and whether or not it's your lower back or is it your glutes. From those bits, then I'd look at doing your exercises, but also getting in some good massages, a bit of foam rolling, and particularly your glutes. And have a look from there. But whatever you do from a sort of a massage and a stretching point of view, you're going to need to do those strengthening exercises too to prevent it from happening again or any pain getting worse. So yeah, let me know how you get on, guys, and I'll look forward to seeing you all soon.